The MXGP of Portugal was once again held at Águeda, an historic racetrack which hosted its first World Championship motocross event 40 years ago. And Saturday morning, the track was shaping up nicely. It was pretty fast, but the riders were really enjoying their time practice session. But we all knew what the weather forecast was saying, and once again, for the second year in a row, the heavens opened.
Whenever you're ready. Cool.
Action. Yeah, well, the new setup for us this year is obviously a big change from the past, and the opportunity came when another big team folded in the end of last year, and we were anyway going to get a new truck in the next coming years, and these things always take time. You know, it takes a year to build a proper race truck and things like that. So this setup was available, and we were able to make a very good deal on that, and it was basically ready to pull out. You know.
Is Kyle a good rider to have, or is he really fussy?
To be honest, he's almost a little too easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, he could be a lot more particular, but he isn't yet. But when he gets on a 450, he's probably going to turn into that guy.
Oh, he's going to be the diva when he gets on
Oh,
450.
yeah, he'll be a diva, which is, it's all right, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
With this new structure, it's clear that for the team environment, for the efficiency, it's a no-brainer. Right? It's for the atmosphere in the team. Over 16 rounds, what we have in Europe, it's massive. You know, you don't have to put up the tent and bring down the tent. So all in all, it's a huge benefit for the team and for the working environment for the guys, you know, especially the mechanics. So really happy with it. It's been wet, it's been cold, and in these situations, even when it's really warm, it's nice with air conditioning inside, right? So, but mainly from the team's point of view of the efficiency and the mechanics winning quite some days during a whole season, that they don't have to come on Wednesday evening, you know, now they can come on Thursdays. It's a huge benefit.
Team manager Raasmus Jorgensson, he's from Denmark and he raced motocross his whole childhood, and he got the opportunity to be on a factory team with the factory ride. And actually it was away from the sport where a traffic accident ended his racing career. So he was left scratching his head. He didn't know really what he wanted to do, but he wanted to stay in the sport. So Raasmus went back to college and he decided to train young Danish riders, Thomas Kirolsen, Mikael Harrop being a couple of them. And at the young age of 27, he was given the opportunity to be a team manager and actually help build Næstheimersvana factory racing from the ground up, from zero. And 6 years down the line, Raasmus is in the paddock with the team. He's up that level of professionalism. They've got the new style rig. They've definitely got a presence which is worthy of hosting an MX2 world champion. And the one thing about Næstheimersvana factory racing, it's the only team to take the rider through the whole MXGP pyramid, from racing the first few laps on a 125 all the way through to picking up an MX2 world title. And that says a lot about Raasmus, and it says a lot about the team, and that they're definitely doing something right.
The track is very easy, very comfortable as well. It's a big change coming from the tent, and at times having water standing next to my gear bag, so it's a big luxury. But it's yeah, like I say, very easy also for the mechanics to clean up and pack up. It's a lot more time efficient. When it's too cold, you put on the heating, and when it's too warm, you turn on the AC. So it's a big luxury.
Any weird superstitions when you get ready?
No, not really. I'm just a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
If my boots are here, I will put my boots on. If my boots aren't here, then I'll put them on after my helmet or after my goggles even. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just need to jump on the bike and need to do the same thing every time. Just twist the throttle and have fun. So actually, the deal was, if Liam was going to change his number to 26, I was going to be allowed to run the number 1, because Ruben didn't let me run the number 1. But then Liam was going to change his number, and then Ruben was like, if Liam's going to do it, you can change your number as well. So actually, it's all Liam's fault. Everybody who's complaining that they don't like the number 1, blame it on Liam. That's my fault. It's his fault. Right, Mark? Bye. Yeah. Hey! Oh, I like that.
Coming into the GP of Portugal, it's such a wide open field in MX2. We've had 8 different race winners so far this season. Behind Kai de Wolf, we have Sasha Kunin, we have Simon Langenfelder, you have Andrea Darmo in there, Thibaut Beniston, Brucho Zanchi, Camden McLennan. They've all had race wins as well. So everyone's hungry, not only for those podiums, but ultimately for that world title. And it's very much an open field.
Who goes down in the first turn. Golden opportunity, throws it away, tries to pick himself up.
First crash, I was in a really good spot and I hit neutral, so that wasn't great. And I picked up the bike, and then the front brake was stuck, and from there on it didn't really get any better.
And Evans is down again. He was up into 15.
that sport, you know, that makes you enjoy the good days even more.
And De Wolf is down. De Wolf goes down, the championship leader. Langenfelder, well, there's Adamo going by. There's McClellan.
Got out the gate pretty well, was in second, and then, yeah, of course, I lost the front and crashed right in the mud. Basically couldn't avoid crashing in the mud. It was crazy, the track. There was so much water on the track, but we survived well. Got up, took Camden out, not on purpose at all. Just wanted to stay in front of him, because if you're behind someone in one of those mud races, it will take ages before you pass them, because you have to basically stay in the same line. It's really one line, those tracks, once it starts raining. But yeah, finally got past Camden then, and yeah, stayed in third the rest of the moto.
Watch this. You saw it from the body language when he came into land. Oh, and he has. Perfect dismount there though, almost. I tell you what, and Adamo finds himself leading at the Belgian's expense.
Made a small mistake. There was a back marker who is normally fighting in the top 5 position, who didn't move out of the way, who should normally also know that, yeah, if there's back markers and yellow flags coming around, that you should at least move a little bit, and he didn't. So yeah, got stuck in the line and then tried to get out early to avoid the roost.
And he slides up just as Langenfelder did in the corner that he found his way past the German in the qualifying race yesterday. It's the German who unpicks De Wolf.
My rear wheel stayed in the rut and yeah, slide out, so Simon got past, but I wasn't really stressed. I knew I still had the championship lead with 1 point.
Adamo, he's going to cross the line and win for the second time this season as he wins race 1 in Agada. Behind him, Langenfelder looking to hang on. He's just taken second position. De Wolf trying to get back on the rear wheel of the German, but it's going to be Langenfelder who takes a big second place finish.
After race 1 in MX2 then, we've got the championship situation. Kai de Wolf now just 2 points clear of Simon Langenfelder. And Andrea Adamo also gaining ground as well, because he won the qualifying race, he was victorious in the first race. And so whilst we're looking at that battle for those two, guess who's sneaking in from behind? Andrea Adamo. So things are getting quite tense and quite interesting, and we were faced with the prospect of, would we have a new championship red plate holder going away from Portugal into the next round in Spain? Because that's how tight it was at the top.
Race 2 in MX2 saw an amazing comeback from Simon Langenfelder. He definitely has what it takes to match his championship rival in Kai de Wolf, and we'll definitely see a fantastic title fight ahead of us. Saw him go down in the second corner, but he fought his way through the pack, and he ended up right on the back wheel of Kai de Wolf, and it just showed his determination and the pace that he has.
We counted that after the race, how many crashes I had from the winter when I first started riding till now. I had the same amount of crashes in that moto than I did the whole season long.
Evans is stuck on the side of the track. No fairy tale return to Portugal for the number 26.
These days, they teach you the most, obviously.
At De Wolf as he goes past pit lane, he takes a look over his shoulder, realises the threat is there. This guy went down at the head of the field in turn 1 at the start of the race, Simon Langenfelder. Andrea Adamo, stand up and take a bow. The winner in the qualifying race, and 10 points. He's gone 1-1 here on Sunday. It's a massive win for Andrea Adamo, who wins the Grand Prix in Portugal.
How cool was Andrea Adamo in Portugal? And it was almost like an Everts-esque performance, what we saw last year, but the difference was with Andrea Adamo, he won all 3 races. He won the qualifying race on Saturday, won both races on Sunday. He was patient when he needed to be. He attacked when he needed to be, especially on his teammate Sasha Kunin in that second race. And from that side, you couldn't fault him. And those 3 rides over the course of the weekend have brought him to within 10 points of the championship lead. And actually all 3 riders now, Kai, Simon and Andrea, are all separated by 10 points as we head into Galicia, which is the MXGP of Spain. A rider that we looked forward to seeing back in Portugal was Mattia Guadagnini on the Ducati. Although, with the weather conditions, I don't think he was looking forward to being there. It was almost probably a scratch of the head and thinking, why though, mamma mia, you know, what am I doing here? But anyway, it was the same conditions for everybody. And trying to ride with those healing ribs, I'm assuming that they were 100% healed, because otherwise he would have just been riding around with a little bit of discomfort, whether it was a high-speed track or the mudder that we had. And so from that side, it was good to see him back. Were we expecting anything sort of major from him? Probably not. Although the mud conditions, you know, we're never sure what we're going to get anyway.
Yeah, I was really surprised about myself in the first few races. Of course, as I said, I didn't have so much training and so much preparation. I was feeling good on the bike. I started again to really feel myself on the bike, but I didn't want to make anything crazy. I just wanted to build up the season, and I went in Sardinia for some training before the GP there in Riola, and I had like a really small crash, stupid one, and when I was crashing, I say like, yeah, I lost the fast lap, and then when I was on the ground, I say like, maybe I'm gonna lose a few GP. It's a different story here. Actually, I broke 6 ribs. It's better than expected in the end. I'm back already after 1 month, and I'm feeling quite good at the moment. So didn't lose so much, but of course it stopped like the progress of being on a podium position. That was the goal after the first 3 races. I think it's like a bit of a team project, that podium, so I feel a bit part of it anyway, and now I'm gonna work my way to do one, or maybe the first win, who knows.
Obviously, Romain Febvre is in prime position now to come away from the Grand Prix overall on Sunday evening with the championship leader's red plate. That's the goal anyway. And going into the qualifying race, he was looking cool, calm and collected. Weather conditions were not very kind to anybody, but he almost went out of the championship. Remember, Jeffrey Hurlings came over the brow of the hill. He lost control of his motorcycle. As he turned around to get back, yes, the flags were out, but normally those flags are for somebody that's down in the corner, and Romain Febvre probably, he wouldn't have seen him anyway, but as he crested the hill, he had nowhere to go. Of course, he hit the brakes to try and avoid him, had no traction, just slid into him, but at pace. And Jeffrey got a big thump, a big clatter to the ribs, and he went tumbling down. Romain went off the side. That could have ended his championship there and then. Fortunately, both riders picked themselves up, got back into the race. For Romain Febvre at the top of the championship, that could have been a very, very different outcome.
Second board has turned. Lucas Kunin, gate number 1, closest to us. He gets a good getaway as well, and he commands that inside line. And it's Kunin with the foxhole shot at the top of the hill. Everybody else filing in behind him. finding a way through. Roman Fevre carves his way down the inside. Lucas Koenen read it well. The lead changed hands briefly there for a moment. Koenen left the door open, Fevre went through it. He ran on too wide, Koenen pulled it back, found his way back into the lead.
Race 1 in MXGP was probably the one race that kind of got us on our toes a little bit, because Lucas Koenen, he pulled the foxhole shot. He was just setting the pace. All of a sudden, Roman Fevre caught him, and you kind of thought, well, what's going to happen now with Lucas? Is he going to try and ride over himself, make mistakes and fall and hand Fevre the lead? That didn't happen. Yeah, it was interesting how that dynamic was playing out and what the outcome was with Lucas Koenen taking the victory. For Roman Fevre, frustration, no doubt, at not being able to make that move stick and sort of put a feather in the cap and go, hey, I'm the top dog in this class. It was interesting to watch, but for now, advantage Lucas Koenen in terms of the bragging rights, I think, even though Fevre has the red plate.
+2. The Portuguese Grand Prix is about to come to a close, and once again it's the 96 of Lucas Koenen. Sorry, he went around the outside, but was Roman Fevre over the line before him or not? It was very, very tight between them. Certainly though, it's as you were in race 1 and the qualifying race actually. Lucas Koenen leading the way from Roman Fevre. Balandra there in 3rd position. But to the outside, Ruben Fernandez looking to find his way through. And does, just nicks it at the top of the hill there. Oh, Kevin Horgmo. Oh, off the side of the track hit then. So he tried to avoid Maxime Renault, I think. And then decides, you know what, let's go off. Oh, we never saw him again. Counting down the corners for Lucas Koenen. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. He won the qualifying race on Saturday. He won race 1 earlier. He's just a couple of corners away from winning all 3 races. The Red Bull KTM rider, he came of age in Switzerland. He's taking this championship fight to Roman Fevre with a 1-1-1 triple win score here in Portugal.
Also last year I was back in Portugal after the injury and it was a total disaster like this year. So I was like, that's really gonna happen like last year or not? I mean, it was a bit better than last year, but still tough. From my side, I think it was a bit better because on Saturday morning I was struggling so much. Like the track was so fast and I didn't have that speed. So I was not feeling 100% safe on the bike and I was trying to push for it, but not in a safe way. So it started raining, the track slowed down a lot. I was feeling a bit better. Also I was like 17 or 19 in the time practice, like that was terrible. And then I finished 10 overall on Sunday. So that was a lot better for me, and of course it was physical because like Monday I was destroyed. On the speed side was much better for me, like working more with the technique and not with the power or not that fast a track. I was a bit happy with that.
Rounding out the MXGP of Portugal, Roman Fevre had already claimed the championship leader's red plate after race 1, and so that meant he couldn't be caught no matter what happened after race 2, because his margin over Lucas Koenen was already 51 points going into the weekend. So there was no way after race 1 and after the qualifying race that was going to happen in terms of Lucas closing down that gap to take over that championship leader's red plate. And Tim Geiss, we're not sure how long he's going to be sidelined for having missed the GP, but maybe there was an air of frustration from the Frenchman just because he obviously now the top guy in the championship with the absence of Tim, and you want to be that guy. You want to sort of strut your stuff and kind of come away from there with a victory. He wasn't able to do that because Lucas Koenen, winning all 3 races over the course of the weekend, has definitely shown that he is a rookie on a mission. And now Romain Febvre has got to be looking in the rearview mirror thinking, okay, I've got this championship lead. Do I try to manage that or do I attack it?
Lucas now has a clear run at Romain Febvre, so that is going to be the fascinating story of this season to come. The ex-champion, champion 10 years ago, against the 18-year-old megastar rookie. So this is going to be a fascinating contest coming through the series. And for sure, Ruben Fernandez, who did really well to pick Honda HRC up off the floor to deliver a podium there in Portugal, he will see himself now as trying to be a regular podium contender, as will many of the rest of the MXGP fraternity, really looking now to almost take that vacant spot on the podium now Tim is not there. So it's going to be a fascinating season to come in MXGP. We send best wishes to Tim, of course, and we hope that he will still be able to join us before the end of the season.